Have you ever thought how not well thought through are your decisions when you look back into your past and you realize sort of, I could have done better? Hi, this is your life coach and we are going to talk today about strategic decision making. What it is, why is it so important, and how to achieve to that level of knowledge to be able to easily make very important strategic decisions in your life. Without further ado, let's get to the first point out of 4 points that we are going to discuss today, which is recognizing the problem situation. That's very important to understand that whenever you want to make a strategic decision, you have to first of all clearly identify what is your problem. Because if you do not quite realize what the problem is, you will not make any sensible solutions because you will not understand how to approach this problem. For example, I will talk with examples because it's always easier to understand and then make parallels with your own situation. For example, I have 2 weeks for organizing my vacation or holiday, as you wish. So that's my problem situation. I need to decide on the details how to organize my vacation. This is just an example. Project it on whatever problem you have, you need to make a decision upon. So I got 2 weeks. That's it. So I have 2 weeks. I have to organize the best vacation possible. That's my clear problem situation that I have defined for myself. So the next one is going to be the second step, which is generating alternatives. This is the most important step probably in these 4 steps. You have to remember that you shouldn't rush into the decision. You have to generate as many alternatives as possible. For example, coming back to our problem situation, I need to organize my vacation for 2 weeks in the best possible way for myself. So what alternatives I may have? I may have the alternative of a staycation, which means to stay at home and just relax for 2 weeks, probably do not so much and just spend some me time, probably binge watching something or whatever. Alternative number 1. Alternative number 2 can be visiting the nearby countries, exploring something in the neighboring countries, trying to have some cultural exchange. Good enough. Option number 3 can be visiting some exotic countries, somewhere far, very different culture, very different people, maybe some different language, whatever it is, so I can really broaden my horizons and see something new that I cannot see in my regular life, which is going to give me a bit more experience in life and more alternatives in life, so it's going to give me some interesting insights. So I already have 3 options. I can come up with options like this a lot. I can go camping, I can go hiking, and then I have to decide also who am I going to go to this vacation with, because that's also a very important part. I can go with my loved one, I can go with my friends, I can go with my family, with my colleagues, co-students, whoever it is. So I have some different options, I have some different people to go with, and I can identify the budget to decide how much money I want to spend. So I just generated as many alternatives as was possible. So that's step number 2, the most important one. Step number 3, logically, it's just derived from the step number 2. I need to evaluate the alternatives. What does it mean to evaluate the alternatives? I need to clearly identify my problems. Step number 1, remember? I want to spend my vacation on the best way possible. So I have to break it down a little bit more. What does it mean the best way for myself? What is my best way? My best way can be I want some recreation. My best way can be I want some pleasure. My best way can be I want to meet new people. I want to make friends. I want to meet some girlfriend or boyfriend if I don't have. So it can be a lot of different reasons. if you clearly have this problem stated in the step number 1, you look at the step number 2, the alternatives, and now you try to evaluate which step gives you more of the thing you desired in step number 1. For example, for me, the goal was to have the best recreation. I am tired, I've been working hard, and now I want to relax, just really free my mind from all this working stuff. I want to give my body the opportunity to relax. I don't want to do much. I want to just feel great and recharge my batteries. So for this reason, I think the best activity will be for myself visiting some nearby country to have some nice walk with my friends or with my loved one, and that's it. So I just evaluated these alternatives in a way that serves my purpose the best. So step number 4, we have already talked about it. It is making the decision. So after the evaluation, you just compare them simply and just select the alternative from step number 2, which best serves your purpose. Very simple 4 steps for now, and this is going to be it. Just a little bit of ending. So step number 1, identify the problem clearly. Step number 2, generate some alternatives. Step number 3, evaluate the alternatives. And step number 4, select the best alternative. So there is also the 5th step that you can undertake, which I highly recommend. This is practicing. More or less in all our videos I tell you about this step because it's very important to put it into practice. How you practice this? For example, you decide how to start your next morning. So what is your problem? My problem in the morning is to be as active, is to get as energetic as possible. So what alternatives I have? I have an alternative of sleeping really well till 10 a.m. or my other alternative can be waking up at 7 a.m. and then trying to have some cup of coffee, have a little workout, drink some water, listen to some music and start my day that way. I can have another alternative of going to sleep really early in order to wake up early on in the morning with a lot of energy. So I can come up with some alternatives. Then I need to evaluate them, which one serves my purpose the best, in which case I will have the most energy. So I'm going to select it, and that was my practice, a very quick practice of strategic decision making, just right in the next morning. So you can pick up any activity. So you have a couple of free hours in the evening, you can just state the problem, what you want to do, generate alternatives, evaluate them, and then make the best decision. So this way you will be able to project this knowledge into the bigger cases, into the bigger problems that you have to make decisions upon. So you will have already some experience and you will know how exactly you are supposed to be doing this. I have done it lots of times, so I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I have a lot of practice, and all these steps just come naturally from my head because I have gone through this a lot of times. I want you to do the same, to practice, to have all these steps naturally in your mind. So if you like this video, do not forget to put the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. It's free and it's going to be a regular coaching practice on different important aspects of life. You cannot change your life overnight, but you can make that decision to change your life right now. And subscribe to this channel, stick to this channel and get some very useful tips on how you can do it. Very practical, hands-on approach. Nothing super difficult, nothing for superhumans, everything for regular people just like me and you, so we can just get better together throughout this free course that we will have on YouTube. So stay with the channel. I also want to mention that the next video is going to be about value alignment, a very interesting topic, so make sure you subscribe to the channel not to miss it and hit the bell for the notifications. I'm going to see you soon. This was your life coach. See you.